Denmark and England face off against each other in Group C on Thursday afternoon. With both teams, looking for much better performances in this one from what they showed in match day one. While England did get the win and the 3 points against Serbia, it was honestly more a case of Serbia, failing to push England in that game. The Serbians looked tepid throughout. England failed to capitalise on that caution by Serbia as well at the other end. Just 0.54 expected goals for the English during the entire game, which they'll really have to improve upon if they're going to justify remaining as favourites to win this competition moving forward. Denmark, meanwhile, couldn't get over the line in their game against Slovenia. The Danes took an early lead in that game, but Slovenia battled back, started to grow into that game as well. And the more it went on, the more that they looked like the winners. Arguably should have won it late, had the majority of the chances in that second half. So both teams with something to prove here in match day two. So, where do we see the value in this one? Before I get into a best bet, I just want to mention that you can knock $30 off my 7-day all access pass for this week only using code Dolan7 at checkout. Euro 2024 going on right now, obviously, as well as MLB. So make sure and lock that in as we look to close out June on a strong push. Return to the best bet. Gareth Southgate's got an awful lot to work on ahead of game two for England. Things that really should have been ironed out well before the tournament even kicked off, in all honesty. He's got a major problem down that left flank with, the link-up play or lack thereof between Kieran Trippier and Phil Foden. They connected for just 6 passes all night down that left-hand side. And, look, against the top teams, that's just simply not going to get it done. The Serbians were able to effectively shut Harry Kane down in that game, fully concentrate on him, guard that right flank much more securely as well, knowing that very little was going to come down, very little threat was going to come down that left-hand side. It would be surprising if Southgate opted for a different approach here, opted for someone like Anthony Gordon down that left-hand side instead. Southgate traditionally likes to stick with his more proven players. But there's no question Denmark will look to try and key in on that left side weakness for England here, and take advantage as a result. That said, as I mentioned earlier, England just looked tepid in that first game overall, not just down the left-hand side, and still found themselves 1-0 up inside the opening 15 minutes against Serbia. So given England's overall quality, given the fact it's hard to envision, either Phil Foden or Kieran Trippier playing as poorly as they did against Serbia, plus the fact Denmark have failed to keep a clean sheet across any of their last 5 competitive matchups, I believe England can do much better in this one. They really should do much better and get on the score sheet a few times against Denmark potentially. So England team total over 1.5 goals for me on Thursday at -122. That'll be a best bet. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Will the English finally sort out their problems on the left-hand side, kick into gear in this tournament, or can Denmark frustrate the English yet again? England haven't beaten Denmark or scored more than a single goal against them across any of the last 3 head-to-heads inside regulation. So let me know down in the comment section below what you think. As always, thanks for taking the time, I should say, to tune in. It's always appreciated. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And until next time, Slán Bhfuil and best of luck on all your bets.